Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. It's your host, Street Urchin. You know, the guy that does mean MBTI? As of this fine morning, we're sitting at 354 subscribers, which is just fantastic. We'll be up to Frank James numbers in no time. I wish I could watch more than 15 seconds of his content. Anyhow, I've had some talks last weekend. People seem to have a difficult time understanding how introverted and extroverted feeling present in everyday life. On this topic, I'm significantly more forgiving. If you read articles reinforcing, incorrectly, that INFJs are super feelers that magically focus on the feelings of others, while at the same time being super focused on their own plans and goals, you may get the wrong impressions about how extroverted feeling is displayed. And no, it's not caring about the feelings of other people. It is not. No. Bird. So today we're going to cover how the two feeling functions operate on the day-to-day. I guess we'll start with the one that most of my viewership preferences, introverted feeling. That's a guess, of course, based on roughly 10 years of experience in the field. It's a more feely kind of world these days. And for me personally, it's an abstract kind of hell. Not that I have much of an issue with it, because one benefit of preferencing introverted feeling, it's real. They let you know when something's bothering them. Sometimes they do it politely, sometimes they tell you how you're just mansplaining. And I think it's coming close to actually boiling my blood. In any case, someone with a higher preference for introverted feeling have no issues informing you about their personal opinions, telling you how it affects them on a personal level. I like this, I love that, I feel bad, this offends me. I actually like singing. Very normal conversational responses for them. They aren't as concerned about how their personal feelings, morals, ethics, principles are going to be received. And the more heated the discussion, the less likely they are to give a damn about the logic you're trying to cram down their gullet. And yes, if you get someone locked into their introverted feeling, they'll throw up a barrier made of laughing, covering their ears, dismissal, then lob personal attacks from over the wall, which is natural for any creature that is attempting to stand their ground when they don't have the home field advantage. Imagine being an introverted thinker, but being forced to convey concepts through your feelings. Then you can perhaps understand the frustration an INFP goes through when you try to explain to them that they're not an INFJ. They really don't like it. So, introverted feeling governs the user's personal feelings on subjects. They're open to sharing their enjoyment or distaste of something. Of anything, really. Not just through their words, either. The actions they engage in, for example. Remember that time your girlfriend thought you were cheating? So she went out and took a baseball bat to your windshield? How about whenever your husband's sports ball team loses, and then he punches the TV? These are fairly standard actions of someone who is indulging in their feelings. Remember all those riots this past decade? That is like 90% introverted feelers taking the streets. The other 10% are camera crews, journalists, and introverted sensing siblings being dragged out. They also have a more difficult time concealing their emotions in facial expressions. When they're happy about ice cream, it's all smiles and laughing. When their fiancé broke up with them, it's having mopey, melancholy looks. Ask the wrong question, and you could wind up spending your entire afternoon in waterworks and horrible romance movies. For the introverted feelers, it's just a lot easier to tell what kind of mood they're in. They just don't have many filters there. Holy shit, I hope that was helpful, because I'm done talking about it. I know it's for now. Yeah. And yes, some of you were thinking,
Street Urchin, this completely changed how I view introverted feeling, but now I don't have any idea on what extroverted feeling is.
I know. Let's start with respect. Higher preferenced extroverted feelers do not enjoy stepping on toes. They have noticed over the years that being disagreeable can get you ostracized, slapped, excluded, targeted, hated, and otherwise seen as a social pariah. This is something that extroverted feelers avoid, in many cases at all costs. When pressed, they attempt to take the middle ground or be extremely neutral in their responses. And yes, imitating Switzerland is often an effective strategy for trying to maintain harmony in a social setting. But if they have to be disagreeable, they tend to do it in a more private setting, as to not worry about disturbing the general vibe. Being cooperative is their bread and butter for survival. So many of them can actually give you tips and tricks on how to change subjects and prevent certain topics from being brought up in the first place. An example might be of an ESFJ coming to let you know that you've had too much to drink. In their experience, people that get drunk are significantly more likely to start a fight, or bring up shadowy overlords that control the government, and that might lead to the party going sour. If an extroverted feeler has to listen to your morals, ethics, feelings, they will try to remain emotionally detached and logically process the rainbows and fairy dust coming out of your mouth. You will notice this through what few replies they'll give you during your rant. If you come at them with how your dog dog died with snot running down your face. They'll give you a hug, ask you what happened, pat you on the head. There. Ensure that you'll be okay. Then ask if you want them to cook you a pie. New sweater? Money for a funeral, I guess? Or to just take you to the pound to get a new one. Notice how those responses don't engage in the feelings of the hypothetical crybaby. It's because they want to solve the social issue, not necessarily make them feel good or share the grief. They have many people to worry about, not just you. They can't afford to be weighed down because your favorite Game of Thrones character died. This detachment is often shown in their facial expression. They look you in the eyes when you speak. They'll force a frown or a smile if appropriate. And no, they're not always great at selling it. In many cases, you'll get the impression that they're being fake. It's not to say they don't have feelings, it's that they put their feelings on hold to solve someone else's issue, if they can. When an extroverted feeler is having emotional problems, they often wait to be alone or with someone they trust. Keep it private, then bitch to you about their day while they're trying to hold back the tears. I'd say they're about 50-50 on the success rate. Too long didn't read. Introverted feelers express their feelings regularly, stand by their ethics and morals openly. Extroverted feelers often keep their feelings to themselves, respect the values of others, and keep the setting cooperative. And I think that's about all I have to say on introverted and extroverted feeling today. I'm aware that it's a subject that's going to come up a lot, but hey, if you supply the alcohol, I can do it all day until my liver fails. But if you enjoyed the video, make sure to slap that like button. If you want some regular content on practical MBTI, clicking that subscribe button has never been easier. Don't forget about Movie Wednesday if you're available. Remember to ask me questions on Discord, and I'll see you next time. Bye!